Bookish friends, welcome to my March wrap-up part 3. In this wrap-up video, I will first of all talk about my monthly Bookish statistics, and then in the next part of the video, I will first of all talk about the yearly reading challenges that I'm doing and how I did with them, followed by the monthly readathons that I joined in March. In the month of March, I read a total number of 16 books. I read 5 mystery, 5 general fiction, 1 historical fiction, 1 thriller, 1 romance, 1 non-fiction, 1 fantasy, and 1 comedy. I read a total number of 3,967 pages. I read 1 book less than 100 pages, 6 books between 100 and 200 pages, 5 books between 200 and 300 pages, 3 books between 300 and 400 pages, and 1 book between 400 and 500 pages. My average page number per book amounted to 247.94 pages. I read 1 book published in 1800s, 1 book published in 1910s, 1 book published in 1920s, 1 book published in 1940s, 2 books published in 1950s, 2 books published between the years 2000 and 2009, 4 books published in 2010s, and 4 books published in the years 2020 and 2021. I read 11 books originally written in English, 1 book each originally written in Turkish, Norwegian, French, Italian, and Russian. With the exception of the works originally written in English, I read all of the other works in their Turkish editions. I read 12 novels, 1 novella, 1 graphic novel, 1 essay collection, and 1 play. I read 9 books targeted towards adults and 7 books targeted towards middle grade audience as a result of my joining Middle Grade March. I read 7 ebooks, listened to 6 audiobooks, and read 3 paperbacks. I rated 4 books 6 out of 10, 5 books 7 out of 10, and 7 books 8 out of 10. My average rating for the month of March was 7.19 out of 10. So I can say that it was a fairly good reading month for me. In 2022, I'm joining 2 yearly reading challenges. Series about series, which was created by Lizzie Faye Loves Books. I have an aim of progressing in 22 series. I continued Harry Hole series by Nesbo by reading Şeytan, Yıldızı, The Devil's Star. Again continued with Walton Valley series by Catherine Kennedy by reading Wagon Train Wife, and Molly Murphy Mysteries series by reading Death of Riley by Rhys Bowen. I also started 3 new series in March. The first series was a non-fiction middle grade series called Wait What? And I read Wait What? Albert Einstein Was a Dog by Gutman. After that, I also started Elllery Queen Jr. mystery stories. I read the first book, Black Dog Mystery by Elllery Queen Jr. And lastly, I started Paddington Bear series by Michael Bond, and I read A Bear Called Paddington. So as regards to series, I had quite a successful month. For my other yearly reading challenge, which is Golden Girls Reading Challenge, which is created by Rachael Fryman, the prompt for March was to read a book with a girl in the title, and I read Roller Girl by Victoria Jamieson, which was a middle grade graphic novel. In the month of March, I joined 3 readathons, which were Middle Grade March, Mystery Madness, and Birthday Bonanza. For Middle Grade March, I read 7 books. For the prompt of 5 or more words in the title, I read 2 books. One of them was Wait White, Albert Einstein Was a Dope by Dan Gutman. And the other one was The House of 100 Clocks by A.M. Howell. For the prompt of an orphan main character, I read A Bear Called Paddington by Michael Bond. Paddington was an orphaned bear living with his aunt in Peru. For the prompt of reading a contemporary book, I read 2 books again. Roller Girl by Victoria Jamieson and The Shape of Thunder by Jasmine Warga. For the prompt of a book set in Asia or featuring an Asian character, I read The Emperor's Riddle by Zhang. This book took place in China, so it fitted the prompt. And lastly, for the prompt of a book older than me, I read The Black Dog Mystery by Elllery Jr., which was written in 1941, of course older than me. And for March Mystery Madness, the theme was the doubles, since 22 consisted of 2 twos. I actually read 3 middle grade mystery books, but I'm going to count 2 of them for reading a 2 middle grade mystery book. And The Emperor's Riddle by Zhang and The Black Dog Mystery by Elllery Jr. Fitted the double prompt that way. And for Death of Riley by Rhys Bowen, it is the second book in the series, and it was also written in 2002, 2022s. I also read Şeytan, Yıldızı, The Devil's Star by Nesbo, and I buddy read this book with 2 of my dear friends, Naomi and Nikki, and we read the book in 2 different languages. And for a book written in 1922, 2 twos again, I read The Breaking Point by Mary Roberts Rineheart. And lastly, but not least of course, I read The House of 100 Clocks by A.M. Howell. And this book was written in 2020, so 220s. I played a lot with the publishing dates, but the books fitted perfectly. And last but of course not least, I joined Birthday Bonanza, which was a readathon that was created by my dear friend Emily at Novel Novels for a celebration of her birthday, and it took place in the week between March 5th and March 12th. There were actually 5 prompts for this readathon, but I fulfilled 3 prompts. One of them was friendship. Friends make birthdays special. Read a book with a friend. I read The Death of Riley by Rhys Bowen with a reading group, which we discussed the book in Zoom, and I'm really enjoying this conference calls. For the favorites prompts, we had to read a book from our favorite authors. Nesbo has become my favorite thriller authors lately, and I finished The Devil's Star in that week. And lastly, for party time, read a book with a celebration in it, for example, birthday. And there was a birthday in A Bear Called Paddington by Michael Bond. One of the chapters included Paddington's birthday. This was my wrap-up of the books that I read for the readathons that I've joined in March. March has been a really good month for me in terms of enjoyment. Although I didn't have any new favorites, I was mostly pleased with what I read, and that was very important. And I loved the community aspect of the readathons that I joined. So I will call the month of March a success as regards to reading. So please comment down below. What was your favorite book that you read in the month of March? Although I gave 7 books an 8 out of 10. If I had to choose a favorite, it would be The Shape of Thunder by Jasmine Warga, with a slight margin. If you're a new viewer, first of all, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you very soon. Bye. Turkish word of the day, I'm going to choose wait. Wait means bekle in Turkish, and bekle is our Turkish word of the day. Have a good day.